Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jared Schubert with J Fitness Coaching, and welcome back. Today I'm going to go over some lower body secondary movements that we can do after we've done our big compound movements for the lower body, such as squats, deadlifts, and squat variations. So for the hips, for secondary movements, we have stuff like hip, ab, and adductions, where we're bringing the hips towards the body and away from the body. So those could be done with a hip abduction, adduction machine, could be done with cables, or could be done body weight as well. So those are different variations we can use. Adduction, abduction, okay? And those are just some examples. That's not the end all be all, but I'm just trying to stick to the basics with these first few videos to get you guys set up with a good, solid intro program that makes sense for your needs. Secondly, we have the ham and glute, okay? So with the hamstrings and the glutes, we have different isolation activities that we can do for those, such as a glute ham raise, or a GHR for short, where we're basically holstering our feet underneath something and we're lifting up our entire body. So these glute ham raises could be done on an actual GHR glute ham raise machine, or could be done with your feet holstered underneath a barbell rack, could be done with your feet on a back extension bench. There's different variations and ways that we can do this glute ham bridge, this glute ham raise. There's different ways that we can do it. Now, as far as lifting up the hips and squeezing the glutes, we can add bridges to our routine as well. So we have glute ham raises, GHRs, and we have bridges, actual back bridges, where we're lying down supine somehow, we're on our back, and we're squeezing our butt and our hamstrings in the air, engaging those muscles. Those are known as bridges. Then, lastly, for ham and glute, we have leg curls. Those can be done on the leg curl machine, or we can use a stability ball under our heels and then roll the ball closer to us and really engage those hamstrings. Lastly, the last subtopic is the thighs. Now, there's really not much that we can do to specifically isolate the thighs, because anytime we're bending at the knee to do a lot of these activities, we're using the hamstrings and the knee and the thighs in co-contraction. Now, of course, the contraction on the thighs is going to be a little bit greater for a lot of these squat-based movements, especially the leg press, where we're pressing up our legs against a platform. We're definitely hitting those thighs pretty hard with that movement. So I consider that a thigh-dominant movement that we can use secondarily on our lower body days, done after, say, a barbell back squat or a deadlift. So I'm going to put leg press in that category. Even more specifically, leg extensions. Leg extensions is the only exercise really for the thighs that we can just isolate the thighs by themselves. Hamstrings are not co-contracting, which is why it's unnatural. Typically with the leg extensions over time, if we're loading a lot of weight on that knee, it's going to be typically really bad for that knee, especially the ACL. So we want to avoid heavy loading patterns for this particular leg extension movement. However, in moderation, with lighter weight, we can get a really good pump, and it's a great tool that I personally use towards the end of my workout to really hit those thighs pretty hard. So we can hit a lot of time under tension with leg extensions. Going over again, with isolation for the secondary work for the lower body, we have hip work, hamstrings and glute, and the thighs. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. You all have a great day. Be strong.